guilty for his role in Linda's murder and given a life sentence.
You can't redeem a murder necessarily, but you can see justice done. And then they did that.
What's left is the incredibly tragic story of how one man came between two sisters and sparked a deadly betrayal.
If you've been brainwashed by somebody for the last 6 years, I think it's a little more understandable. She didn't help kill Linda just because she wanted to be with David. It's because she sincerely believed that his life was in danger. Once she came to the realization that she had been used and this construct of David's was a fantasy, she felt terrible about it afterwards. Patty was charged with first-degree murder. Patty was returned to juvenile court for her case being handled as a juvenile. What that meant is that the incarceration could only last up to her 25th birthday.
Plenty of time to think about the sister she once looked up to, who she had wanted so badly to emulate. Ultimately, can Patty be redeemed, or does evil still lurk inside her?
She had horrible nightmares repeatedly inside of herself. She took baths 3 times a day to wash whatever sin she had off of her skin. Her grief and her sense of guilt was just overwhelming. Basically, she had a moral sense inside of her, but it had just been totally eradicated by David Brown. We think that good people won't do bad things. Well, put them in the wrong circumstances and put enough fear into them and they'll do horrific things.
Small towns like Kerrville, Texas are full of secrets. We pass the time gossiping about our neighbors and letting rumors run rampant. This is where sisters Anna and Mary grew up. It's a God-fearing community, and they were church-going girls who knew that one day, one sister would pay for the sins of the other with her life.
Mary definitely loved her sister. And I believe Anna definitely loved Mary. I think when her father passed away, that was really hard on him. And that's when troubles really started.
He died because of alcoholism, pretty much, because he was drunk and he was swimming and he drowned. And so I'm sure that was tragic.
The loss of Mary and Anna's dad is one of those faith-shattering events. While their mother works hard to keep them on the straight and narrow, the sisters slowly drift away from the church, devoting themselves to more earthly pleasures.
We all partied a lot. There was a local bar that we went to in town. You know, we'd all hoop and holler and drink, and there was little drug use here and there. We had a lot of fun. When Anna was fun, she was fun. But Mary was the life of the party.
Then, out of the blue, Mary decides it's time to grow up. She stops hanging out in bars and shifts focus to her career as a hairdresser.
She came in professing one day at work that she was going to change her life. She was going to drop the partying. She was going to get right with God, start going to church. It was a dramatic change. It was like a 180.
But Mary's older sister, Anna, is still a lost soul. She even has a child out of wedlock, but can't cope with the pressure of motherhood.
My mother abandoned me when I was 6 months old. My mom abused drugs. She'd come in and out of my life, once or twice a year, maybe for a week, 2 weeks, for a couple of days sometimes. Come in and try to be real nice and try to be motherly, and then disappear again.
Good thing Anna had Mary, the saintly martyr, on her side. Mary was thrilled to raise her nephew like a son, to send him down a more righteous path than his mother.
She was always trying to step up and just, do her duty, I guess, or even more so than her duty, really, do my mother's duty.
We all thought he was this cute little kid, and you definitely knew that she was close. She loved him to pieces.
But as Dan gets older, Anna does try to pull it together. She moves back to town, starts recovery, even applies for government assistance.
My mom, she'd fill up our fridge full of food usually, try to help out. I don't even remember her ever working a job.